Alright guys and gals, here we are again for another summon video. We're not going to go too crazy on this one. This is the Chaldea Boys Collection 2018 Pickup Summon. Watched Apocrapha and I did like these two characters. Amakusa Shiro and Astolfo. I already do have a ruler class servant, so not really that concerned about getting Amakusa. But I really did like Astolfo's character in the show, so we're just going to go for him. Her. It's a him. So we're just going to use 30 cent quartz, these 3 tickets we have, and we're going to try to summon Astolfo. So I've been hearing a lot of people have been getting lucky with the single summons and the yellow rolls, so instead of making this an incredibly short vid and just doing one 10 shot and then the tickets, we're just going to try singles and see how that plays out for us. So without further ado, here we go. Ticket 1. Wouldn't that be nice? Ticket 1 and the only ticket we need to use? When does that ever happen? Alright, not starting out well. But that is my luck with tickets, so can't be too surprised. Alright, servant. Wouldn't be bad to get Gil. Wait, is this? Hey! Speak of the devil child, Gilgamesh. See, I can deal with this Gilgamesh. The other one, when he gets older, he's just too unbearable. This one, we'll give him a break for now.
Konnichiwa, Master. Boku no koto wa sou desu ne.
Oh, don't play coy.
Kigaru ni Giru-kun to yonde kudasai.
All right. Well, at least we've already gotten one new servant. That's nice. Heck. By the end of this, hopefully we'll at least have an MP5 if we get nothing else. Alright, another servant. Another guild. Nope. Diamu. Okay, Romulus. Well, at least Diamu did get an MP upgrade in this little Chaldea boys. Okay, here we go. Now into the courts. Crafting essence. The fluffy black keys. All right. None of this is surprising at all. Yellow rolls are just not for me. What can I say? Alright, another Lancer. Kukulane Proto. Okay. Moving right along. Well, at least we're seeing an abundance of servants. That's a plus. Alright, boom, mana prisms, though I don't need mana prisms at this point. Next, I think this is summon 3 non-tickets. Keep it moving, keep it along. Oh gracious. It'd be nice to at least see a 4-star. At least a crafting essence. 30 cores, I think you deserve a crafting essence, even if you're doing yellow rolls. Alright, you're just missing 1 star. Alright. Oh, this is going exactly like I thought it would. Alright, so 3 more. We just got 3 more. Can we get Astolfo in 3 tickets? Let's find out. Well, guild number 2 at least. Alexander. And the last one. Here we go. Final one and go. Servant. And the caster servant. Alright, Paracelsus. Yeah. Well, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. 30 Saint Quartz and not a single 4-star. This is primarily why I go for the 10 shots. Cause you can go through an entire session of summoning with single summons and not get any 4-stars or 5-stars. But with the 10 shot, at least you'll get the consolation 4-star, even if it is garbage. At least it's at the bare minimum 10k EXP. Oh well, we were not able to get Astolfo, unfortunately, but I do not believe he will be limited to this banner. So, hey, we might get spooked by him later in future summon vids. So, well. That's it for the summoning part. Alright, so here we are, the Chaldea Boys Collection 2018 edition for the US. Now, in this event, we're just going to run roughly from the 22nd up to March 1st, and really, this event is just to give you a nice chance to get a shiny craft essence and to summon for a couple servants. Now, among the craft essences that that we can just pick for free, I actually recommend Teacher and I, mostly because seeing as my waiver just recently reached MP5, I'd had to grab his crafting essence. It starts your Noble Phantasm gauge at 50% and increases critical star draw rate by 300%. And the other one I recommend is probably Kiss Your Hand. It increases Arts, Buster, and Quick Card performance by 10%. Though, you really can't go wrong in this event picking any of these craft essences. They all look amazing, to be quite honest. But hey, let's move on to the summon banner. We will be having a few servants on rate up. The 5-star for this banner will be the second ruler, Amakusa Shiro. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a second. But also we will be having Astolfo, Best Trap in Fate Apocrapha, and Young Gil. So for those who weren't able to get Gilgamesh in the limited banners, well, there's a booby prize. So not only that, the other servants that will be rated up on this banner will be Waver, Nikola Tesla, and Vlad. So let's take a quick overview of Amakusa Shiro, the second ruler that we've been given in the US. Now, Amakusa Shiro pretty much looks like what you would get if Kyrie and Emiya tried to do the fusion dance and failed. But, let's see, he has a maximum attack of 12,011 and a maximum grow HP of 15,455. Star absorption, blah blah blah. But what we really want to pay attention to is MP charge on attack is 0.86%, and his deck. His deck is Quick Arts Arts Buster Buster, unlike Jean's deck, which is Quick Arts 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 Buster. So already we can see he's geared more so towards damage than his counterpart ruler Jean. Now, his active skills are actually very reminiscent of Jean d'Arc. Oops, skip that one. His first skill, Revelation A, just grants him crit stars, the same amount as Jean, and his third skill, God's Resolution C, also about the similar effect of Jean, except his caps out at 100%, whereas Jean stops at 120%. Now, once it upgrades to God's Resolution Fall C++, not only will it grant a stun chance of 100%, it will increase his buster performance upwards to 30%. But his best skill is his second skill, which is Baptism Rite B+, which will charge his own MP gauge every turn for about 5 turns. Starts at 10% and ends at 20%. And it will also reduce one undead or demon enemy's MP gauge by 1. Now what makes this skill very, very good is that for 5 turns, depending on whatever level it's at, it's going to gain that much MP charge. So level 1, at the end of 5 turns, you'll be at 50 MP. But if you have it at level 10 in 5 turns, he will have his Noble Phantasm. His only passive skill is Magic Resistance A, which increases on debuff resistance by 20%. And now let's get to his Noble Phantasm, which is Twin Arm Big Crunch. It starts at an A+. It is a Buster type anti-army Noble Phantasm that removes all enemy buffs and deals damage to them. The damage will be at 300% at Noble Phantasm 1 and capping off at 500%. Not only that, its secondary effect will reduce their critical attack chance for 1 turn from 30% to 70%. Now once you get through the interlude, it will upgrade, increasing the damage by 100%. But that's enough about Amakusa. Let's get to the main star, Astolfo. Now Astolfo is a Rider class servant with a max Grail attack of 10,821 and a max Grail HP of 13,546. A star absorption of 205, star generation 9%, charge on defense of 1%, all rather typical for the Rider class. Now his MP charge on attack is actually rather lower than his other counterparts, with a def rate of around 40. Now, what makes Astolfo slightly different from his other Rider class counterparts is that his deck contains 3 quick cards, 1 arts card and 1 buster, which means he should be more geared towards producing critical stars. Now, his active skills is somewhat reminiscent to Medusa's, or at least 2 of them at least. It starts off with his first skill, Monstrous Strength C-, will increase his own attack for 1 turn from 8% all the way to 28%. Now the maximum of his attack boost is actually 2% lower than Medusa's, and it will last for 1 turn less. So his attack buff skill is lesser than Medusa's. And let's move on to the second skill. The second skill is Trap of Argalia, Down with a Touch, D. It will have a stun chance for 1 enemy starting at 60%, ending at 90%. Now, Medusa's skill that's somewhat similar is Mystic Eyes A+. It will have a stun chance that ends at 100%, 10% greater than Astolfo's. Now, Astolfo's third skill, already getting better than Medusa, because Medusa, until she receives her strengthening quest, will only have 2 skills. But Astolfo's third skill, Evaporation of Sanity D, is rather interesting to say the least. It has a 65% chance to do 3 things: gain critical stars, increase star generation rate, and increase own critical damage for 3 turns. Now, for gaining critical stars, every turn the chance is recalculated. However, for the other 2 buffs, once the skill procs, it will not have to recalculate every other turn. Now, it will start off at 5 for the stars generation, ending at 10, 30 for the star rate addition, ending at 50, 20 for the crit damage boost, ending at 40%. Once he gets an upgrade via interlude, it will upgrade to Evaporation of Sanity D+, which instead of proccing for 3 turns will proc for 5. And also increases own MP gauge starting at 30% and increasing all the way to 50%, meaning at level 10 he will already have half of his Noble Phantasm charge. Now looking at his passive skills, they are Magic Resistance A+, increases debuff resistance by 20%, Riding A+, which will increase quick card performance by 11%, and Independent Action B, which will increase critical damage by 8% as well. Now his Noble Phantasm, Hippogriff, is actually very good. It will deal damage to all enemies, ignoring defense, and gain evasion for himself for 3 hits. It will have a base output of 600% damage, capping off at 1000%. Now this damage spread is actually the same as Medusa's, at least that's at level 1, well, before he gets his interlude once again. But his secondary effect will grant him critical stars starting at 5, ending at 25% if you manage to get him to MP5. Once you go through the interlude and upgrade his Noble Phantasm, it will gain an additional 200% damage to his Noble Phantasm and increase the critical stars gained by 5. Now, For what reason should we summon Astolfo? To be perfectly frank, there's not really a good reason to summon Astolfo, seeing as he's slightly better than a 3-star version of a servant. Santa Altar, the free servant, is actually quite better than this rider servant. Despite his 3rd skill and his Noble Phantasm secondary effect, there's not that much going for Astolfo. So you may be wondering, why did I actually try to summon him? And it's a very simple answer. It's just because, well, I watched the show and I like the character. So why not throw 30 courts at it to try to summon it? I mean, just look at it. There's no way you can resist that face. Right? Right?
That's a boy? He's so cute!
I'd hit it.
Also, this gave me an opportunity to try something I read online, that apparently when doing 10 shots, if you skip the animation, it will actually increase your odds of getting the servants you want. And Lord and behold, not only was I able to get Astolfo, I was also able to get Nikola Tesla, which wasn't even on rate up for that day. So at least for me, 10 shots seem to be the better way to go than doing the yellow rolls. In short, I will probably be shying away from those unless I have a golden ticket. Anywho, for those of y'all still trying to pull on this banner, I do wish y'all the best of luck. And like every time, have a great one, guys and gals. Bye.